The trumpet warm-up is a highly personal thing to each trumpet player. I can't stress the importance of putting on ballads as a warm-up, as you just heard. It's fun, you learn the proper phrasing to a song, and the mouthpiece stays connected to your lip. Many times I've gone through a whole CD before I even knew it. Johnny Frost, a trumpet player with The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, once gave me a lesson, and he always started from the Arbenz book with something mid-staff, like the note G on the trumpet. This is a very good place to start, and I start on a G as soft as possible and increase the volume to a count of 1 to 6, and then I decrease the volume by a count of 1 to 6. That exercise I played G, F sharp, F, E, E flat, D, and C sharp, and sometimes a little slower than the metronome was playing. So my lowest note will be C sharp like this. My aim is to start and end the exercise as softly as possible. Also, as you increase the volume, our lips should open more, as the increasing of the air in the mouthpiece will force your note sharper, and you may end up playing a slur from a G to a C. Another exercise I like to do . Now these are relatively new to me, the Maggio exercises, and I'll show you the way I do them. My last note was an F sharp. It's the lowest note on the trumpet that isn't a pedal tone. From there on comes the Maggio exercises. Now, Maggio suggests in between each phrase, you rest. I do this sometimes, or sometimes I play through all of them until I get towards the end. That's up to you. Now for that very last low C, Maggio uses open on the trumpet, but for me, it doesn't slot right. So I changed that to 1 and 3. So my fingerings that I'm using for C, G, E, C are open, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3, not open as Maggio suggests in his book. Very important to building up endurance and range is slurring. You can see that last exercise was slurred. Here's another exercise. Now I don't know what your range is. If your range is up to about a G, that's perhaps enough. And your aim is to increase your range, if you wish, by a minor third or a third. So if you're playing up to a G, you could do other exercises to expand your range, but don't go crazy. The whole thing is to have fun with the horn, to have a good sound and a good tone. If you press too hard, you'll cut off the blood circulation and your lip won't vibrate properly. So that's another thing we try not to do. And granted, I don't know any trumpet players like Rafael Mendez that could play a trumpet hanging from a string. Every trumpet player I know uses some pressure, including myself. But our aim is to build endurance and range without damaging our lip. Now, if you could play up to a high C, the C above the staff, this is a continuation of the Schlossberg exercise. Now, as harmonics go, the intervals are quite large when you're in the lower range of the horn. And as you go higher, it actually gets easier to slot the notes without moving your fingers. So that slurring is from C to G, which is a fifth, to C, which is a fourth, to E, which is a third, to G, another third, to high C, which is a fourth. But if you continue, they're seconds, and it gets a little easier. So I'm slurring from C to D at least 4 times. And if I feel like it, I increase the tempo and the number of times, though I don't really count it out. So it'll sound more like this. And so on. I do an A flat, a G, and then G flat or F sharp. Now when I do this exercise, normally I'll leave the trumpet on my lip, and as I said, I'll breathe through the sides of the mouth or through the nose. The next one is to increase your range if you're already up to a high C and you're looking to get a little higher. Now you can take the trumpet off your lips. The point is not to hurt yourself. Sometimes I go through the whole cycle and without removing the trumpet, but often I'll play one of them and rest like I'm doing now. Now this fast slur is not in the Schlossberg book. This is something I added just to increase my range and endurance. I added an extra note though. In the Schlossberg book it goes from C to G to C to E to G to C. Descending, I'm putting in an extra note. I'm putting in an E. So I'm putting in that extra E at the bottom, just because I like it. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you with your warm-up, and these are just some of my ideas. The warm-up should be built to your own personal needs and be between you and your teacher, or just yourself if you're at an advanced level. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel for updates on my newest jazz video lessons.